are going to do evaluating functions. So that's why I'm sitting down today, because we're going to write a lot. So first buzzword of the day, evaluate. So what does that mean? Evaluate means you have to plug in. You have to plug in values. Okay? So for example, this is your function, f of x, and it says you have to evaluate the function when x is equal to -4, 0, and 2. So what does that basically mean? It just means you need to find the value of the function f when x is -4. So you read that as f of -4. Let me fix my tablet. I'm not comfortable. Okay. So f of -4 equals, you have a negative sign over there. Write down the negative and be generous with grouping symbols. Okay, hang on. I need to open the chat in another one so I can see what you're saying. Is this a quiz? No. No, if it's a quiz, it has that little green thingy. I don't have a camera because I use a monitor. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fine, honey. Okay. So f of, I copied the negative sign, and then instead of x, I change it to -4. If you're not sure whether to put a parenthesis or not, just put it. Just put it, okay? All right, so +4. Okay. Ask me questions if you have any. Do not let me continue without you understanding anything. I will be doing the odds. You guys will be doing the evens. Yeah? Okay. So Gabe, what's negative times negative? That will become positive, right? So yeah, so you should yeah, if you can unmute yourself so you could just speak, that would be fine too. So negative times negative is positive. So +4 plus 4 will become 8. That's it. As simple as that. No trick. Next, let's try, what's the next number? 0. F of 0 equals. Okay. So if you chat, can you send it to public, because then I can see it in my other device? Yeah, because right now, if it's not sent, oh, okay. Yeah, got it. No worries. So next, f of 0. You have a negative, right? I'm copying the function over here. Instead of x, you put a 0 and then +4. But negative of 0 will just become 0. So 0 plus 4 is 4. Okay, let's try another one. F of, then you have the number 2 over there. F of 2 equals. Okay, so bring down their negative because the formula has a negative. How is negative of -4 plus 4, 8? Okay, so when you multiply two negatives, Luis, don't they become positive? Right, so negative of 4 will be +4. Excuse me. And then you add another 4, that will become 8. Okay, so you put 2 inside the parentheses. Did I answer your question? Let me know. Okay, so now let's try this. A negative and a positive will become negative, so it will stay negative. Yeah, but we're multiplying them, honey. Like you're multiplying the negative outside and the -4. So if they're side by side, you're multiplying them. That's why they turn positive. Yeah, cool, huh? No, don't be sorry. Like who would you ask those questions? You don't ask me, right? Okay. So I would love it if you guys ask me questions, because I can just focus on what you don't know instead of me keep talking. I can talk nonstop. So, all right. So -2 plus 4, that will become +2, because this is negative. So you take out the value. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna try one more odd together with the class. What are the lines? What are those lines called? I forgot. Um, which lines? Oh, the parentheses. Yeah, grouping symbols. You just call them parentheses or grouping symbols. Okay, I'm going to try number 5 together with the class, and then I'll give the rest to you for homework. So this time we're going to try a function t. So this function has a name t. Sometimes it's easier if you simplify the numbers that can be combined together. Be ready with this one, because I'm going to ask you to type something in the chat. Okay, so you're going to put these first together. We don't do that all the time. Like in number one, we didn't do that. We only do that if, um, you know, there are some like terms, meaning they can be combined together. So when we combine these, we get t of x is equal to 6 minus 2 is 4 plus 3x. So now you're going to help me answer this. The first number we're trying is negative 4. So t, now I lost my pen. Okay, so t, okay, my pen is glitching out too. Hang on. All right, so that's a t. Okay, so t of negative 4. Be ready in the chat because you're going to give me the answer to this. I bring down the 4 plus I bring down the 3. Okay, if I don't know what to do with the x, I have to put parentheses. And then now I change the x to negative 4. Okay, now tell me what you get. And I don't care whether you get it right or wrong. Just try it. You know, if you get it wrong, then at least we can figure out what you got wrong. If you're just going to watch me and write your notes down. Okay, Kayla said negative 8. Other answers? Negative 8, George said. More? More. Come on. Negative 8. No more? Anybody? Okay, well, let's see if Kayla, I don't know, so I'm going to guess 5. Okay. Nice. Next. Who would guess it's 3? Okay, I'm waiting. I wish somebody would say 3 so I could teach to that. I'd rather like teach to the common misconception. Yeah, for real. Okay, so sometimes I like seeing more wrong answers because then I get to say more. Okay. One more, and then I'm gonna talk about it. One more. Okay, cool. So we have negative 8. And then 3, and then negative 1. Okay, I want to speak with about the 3 first. Wait, what's the last part say? Oh, that's like 3 times negative 4. Okay, and you say negative 8. Okay, cool. All right. So I wanna speak about the 3 first. This is what some students usually do. 4 plus 3 is 7, right? And then 7 minus 4 is 3. That's how they get it. That's why I love seeing that wrong answer, because then I can teach you that's wrong because you're not following the order of operations. What does that mean? You gotta multiply first before you add. In other words, you have to do this first. If they're together, you do them first. So 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, right? So then you would have 4 minus 12. And then what's 4 minus 12? Then you get negative 8 as an answer. Okay? All right. For the negative 1, let me see. How can we get negative 1 over here? Not sure. But I don't know how to get negative 1 from here. Yeah. Okay. All right. But the 3, the positive 3, I kind of know how students will get that wrong. Okay. You get it now? I love it. I know, right? So please feel free to chat if you don't want to like talk, because it makes me feel like, yes, I'm in the classroom, right? Okay, next. T of, what am I now? 0. Okay, I'm just following the order over here. Yeah. Okay, so T of 0 equals, so 4, right? I'm just copying this down again, plus, in my geometry class, like my students were my students when they were 9th graders, so they kind of know me already. So my period 5 and period 6 were kind of loud in the chat. Yeah. And they show, I see more cameras in those classes. For my algebra 1 classes, of course I understand some of you don't know me yet, but if you like see how upbeat I am in Zoom, oh, you haven't seen like the best of me. I'm like all over the place in the classroom. Okay. All right, here we go. And if you don't write anything down, I'll say, let's do it. Whether you give me a wrong answer or not, just try. Okay, so let's do this. Remember, you're going to multiply first. Multiply first. So 3 times 0 is 0. And yay, and you guys got the right answer. That's cool. Awesome. Very good, Juliet, Kayla, and George. Nice. Okay, let's do the last one. T of 2. Sometimes my husband gets mad because he says I'm too loud and he's just in the kitchen. And their place is small. I said, you calm down. Your personality reminds me of my 8th grade teacher. Really? Okay. Really nice. Yeah. Okay, is that a compliment? Like nice, but I have my non-negotiables as well. Yeah. So when I say you're gonna do your work, is I'm gonna give you a 0. You're gonna get a 0. But yes, I will give you whatever help I can give you. Okay, so here we go. We're trying the second or the third number. So 4. So I'm copying this one down again. 4 plus 3, and then you put that number 2 over there. All right, equals. All right. Ooh, Kayla said 10. George said 10. All right. I can see you guys are getting this one now. Awesome. Yeah, because 3 times 2 is 6. Oh, I'm gonna close the door because my husband will give me a pep talk again. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 4. So that's 10. Yay. All right. Are you getting this? Yeah? You miss doing worksheets, huh? I know. I said, I'm not going to do decimals today. I'm going to go back to old school paper and pen. Okay. All right. I'm going to close this. Make sure you copy whatever you need to copy. Okay? If you're using your phone to Zoom, like take a screenshot. Okay? I haven't even written it down. You already have the answer. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Yeah. Okay. And on the next one, I'll make sure I do some wait time. Thanks for letting me know because I'm not aware of that. Okay. All right, I'm going to erase it. If you are done. Okay, and this one also was screencasted. So I think I remember somebody telling me, Miss, you're going too fast, but it's okay. I copied the notes from the screencast and was like, whoa, that's so creative, right? Okay. All right, next. Let's do this. So the rest that I did not do, you got to do those for homework, okay? You can find this in Schoology. The other question, are we supposed to do? Yes, honey. Yep. Okay. Uh-huh. And then I'll put something in Schoology where you can turn it in or just text. Yeah? Okay. All right. So go ahead. I'll give you like a minute or two to copy number 7 down. I'll do letter A and letter C. Yeah? And then leave some space for B and D. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm just gonna like take a picture of your names in the participants list so I can do that for attendance later. Okay. Are we going to have to do the homework on paper? Yes, honey. Do it on paper. If you want to do Cami, that's also fine with me. Like, I just want to make sure everybody, everybody has a chance to do it with or without technology. So, yeah. Do whatever is best for you. But I'm accepting. I love paper and pen. So, yeah. Okay, don't log out. Don't get logged off. I'm going to take a picture of the participant's name. Because for some reason, when I run the reports, I get messages from parents like, you marked my kid absent, but he was there. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. So I think the reports are also glitch or something. Copy while I take a picture of your attendance, okay? All right. So I took from George to Jesus, and then I have to scroll down. Okay, now I have from Joshua all the way to Justin, and then I have one last shot. Okay. Tell me when you're done, yeah? So I'm not like waiting forever. Done. Thank you, Juliet. Thanks, Kimberly, which reminds me, if you haven't written your name, or maybe you're not sure, it doesn't hurt to like write it again. Yeah. Because I'm very good at sending those messages like every day. If you guys are absent, I'm sending those messages. I'm gonna keep bugging you. I'm sorry, but yeah. hmm I'm good at bugging you guys. Okay. But yeah, I just don't want you to fail without giving a try. Okay, without giving it a try. Yeah. Okay. How about the others? Are you guys done? Did I wait long enough? I'm gonna start. Yeah. Okay. Game. So let n of t be the number of DVDs. So every time you see something like this, n of 0, it's just talking about the number. Like the number of DVDs is 8. But what's the number inside the parentheses? The number inside the parentheses, which is t, okay, that t right there, is the number of trips that you make to the video store. So it's just like a mathematical way of telling a story, right? Instead of saying, I went to the store this many times and I got this number of DVDs. Okay? So let's see what letter A is talking about. So for letter A, n of 0 is equal to 8. So that means how many DVDs you had? You had 8. So you can say, I had 8 DVDs. Have you visited the store? Well, no, because it's 0. That's 0 trips, right? So I had 8 DVDs before maybe buying from the store or visiting the store. Before visiting the store. So that's what pretty much we're doing. We're just writing like the story behind those symbols. Oh, there is really a lag. So see, I finished writing it down here and then the other device is still not done. Okay. All right. Okay. That's the first one. You're gonna try letter B on your own. So now we'll do letter D because that's the most confusing for some students. So I'll skip C and B. Let's do D. So this means you visited the store 2 times. Yeah? Or maybe you can also think of this as 2 people, right? 2 friends who visited the store. Let's say the first person visited 7 times and the second person visited 2 times. But when you get the difference between the number of DVDs, when you subtract the number of DVDs, they have a 10, they have a difference of 10. Okay, so let's talk about this. So we can say the number of DVDs for 7 visits and 2 visits differ, meaning you're getting the difference, right? Differ, that's the letter F, by 10. So the number of DVDs for 7 and 2 visits differ by 10. Or you could say the difference between the number of DVDs for 7 visits and for 2 visits is 10. So you can say it in any way you want. There's no like right or wrong answer there as long as you get the idea. Okay, so do you have questions about this section before I move on? Any questions? You're good? Thanks, honey. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna close this ink. Here we go. All right. I'm going to pick the ones at the bottom. Yeah, because normally like students ask me about the fractions. Okay, so how is this different from number 1? In number 1 through 6, they give you the numbers to plug in, right? But here, you're trying to find the value of x. So you're working backwards now. You don't know what they plugged in, but they give you the final value. You see this? This is the final answer. B of x is equal to 20. So meaning, when they plug in whatever number it was, they got negative 20. So our job is to find out what that x is. Okay? I'm going to start with a fraction right here. So since m of x is equal to 2, now you're going to put that 2 over there. Yeah? So 2 will replace the whole answer. So we're going to rewrite that as 2, no more m, no more x, because m of x is equal to 2. Yeah? Equals negative 3 over 5x minus 4. And then you just copy the right-hand side. You're only replacing the left-hand side with 2. Okay? Now, I need to pick your brains over here. What am I going to do first to get the x by itself? What am I going to do first to get the x by itself? Should I multiply by 5? Should I add 4? Should I subtract 2? Should I add 3? You guys tell me. Subtract 2. Divide. Okay, so let me say something about those two. I will not subtract 2 because I want to separate the x. So if I subtract 2, that will just make, the right-hand side more complicated. I want to get the x, so leave the 2 alone and move from right to left. The other one was divide. Okay. You cannot divide yet because the x is directly connected to the fraction. So you have to take away those that are not directly connected to the number or to the variable. Christian and Kayla, add. Very good. What are you going to add? What are you going to add? What are you going to add? Add x to the left. No, don't touch the x. The x is your untouchable. You want to get it by itself. You add 2. Christian said negative 4 and 2. Very good, Christian. You're going to add the 4 so you can get the x by itself. So add 4 here, right? And then you're going to add 4 to the 2. That's great, Christian. So then we get a 6 equals negative 3 over 5. These two are like gone, right? That's boom, 0. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, now we have a fraction. What do we do with that fraction? So do it one at a time. What can you do with a 5? The 5 was at the bottom. It was divided. So what's the opposite of division? What's the opposite of division? Somebody saying in the chat. Multiply. Very good, Kayla. And Juliet and Enrique. Awesome. You're going to multiply. So we're going to multiply both sides by 5. Yeah? So I'm going to times here by 5. There you go. And then I'm also going to times here by 5. Okay. So the 5 on top, because that's 5 over 1, remember? So the 5 divided by 5 will just become 1. Yeah? And then 5 times 6 is 30. Equals. Don't forget your negative over here. You still have that negative right there. Negative 3x. Okay. So now what do I do with the negative 3? I think somebody said the answer. It was Juliet earlier. Juliet said, divide. This is the right time to divide now. Yeah? So you're going to divide both sides by negative 3. There. So your final answer will be x is equal to negative 10. There you go. So that means, working backwards, when they plug in 10, okay? So when they plug in 10 for, or negative 10 for x, they got 2 as the final answer. Okay, they got 2 as the final answer. All right, I almost forgot. Oh yeah, okay, thanks for typing your name. If it doesn't hurt, it won't hurt if you do it again if you're not sure. Okay, next, number 11. Let's try to do the fraction again. Yeah, sure. Just make sure, Leah, that you go back later and do this on your paper. Okay, so number 11. Same thing, yeah? This one, the negative 18, which is w of x, will go to this guy over here. It will replace it. So negative 18 equals 5 over 6x minus 3. And whatever we did over here, remember, um, I think Christian said you add 4 first. Yeah? Okay, so now what are you going to add first? Add 3. Very good, George. So we're going to add 3 first to the left and the right. So plus 3 plus 3. So what's negative 18 plus 3? What's negative 18 plus 3? Negative 15. Awesome, George. All right. And this one will just boom, boom, gone. Okay. So what do we do with the 6? What do I do with the bottom 6? Multiply. Very good. So yay, Juliet. So we're going to multiply here by 6 and same here. Okay. What's negative 15 times 6? That's is it 90? Yeah? Okay. So this will become negative 90. Correct me if I multiplied wrong. Okay, then 5x. Awesome. All right. Now what do we do with the 5? What do we do with the 5? Divide. Very good, Juliet. So let's divide both sides by 5. Kids are happy. Clap along. Okay, so the x is equal to, what's negative 90 divided by 5? That's negative 18? Am I right? So correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Do you think all math teachers are good at mental math? Not all the time. Sometimes I get mistakes too. I even call myself I'm the only geometry teacher who's not very good at drawing. I know, like I can teach geometry well, but don't make me draw. That's weird, huh? It's okay. I'm still a nerd. Yeah. Okay. All right. How is that? Easy? Yeah? Okay. So I'm gonna easy. Nice. Love it, Kayla. Okay. I'm gonna clear. All right. So now let's go down. Ooh, I love this. Last time I taught you how to graph in decimals, right? Okay, the reason why I'm going to paper and pen today is I want you to be able to graph by hand. Okay? Because when we go back to school, hopefully, take crossing your fingers, then you still know how to do it by hand. Okay. Did you have your appointment to test? I didn't. I was scared. I told myself if I have the virus, I'd rather not know it so I could just, because I might get stressed and anxious if I learn that I do have it. Yeah, we seldom go out. We use masks all the time. We just walk around the park and stuff like that. Yeah. But people close to me, although they're not here, some of them are in the Philippines. I heard they're showing symptoms. I know, too sad. Okay, so let's move on. Graph the linear function. Graph the linear function. How? Well, let's make a table first. So we're going to plug in these numbers one by one. Yeah, one by one, and we'll see what the answer is. So let's try. What's 1/2? Yeah, that's 1/2. Yeah. What's 1/2 of negative 4? What's 1/2 of negative 4? That's going to be negative 2, right? So 1/2, yep, 1/2, bigger Christian. So 1/2 of negative 4 is negative 2. And then we got to subtract minus 2 again. So what's the value here when x is negative 4? What are these together? They will become, when x is negative 4, s of x is negative, what? Put them together. Negative, I'm sure some of you are yelling the answer out already. Negative, what? You put them, add these together. Half of -4. Okay, very good. So -4. Very good, George. Did you guys understand what I did, or I have to write it out? You gotta let me know because I can't even see you and I can't read your mind. If I see that, I can see. Oops, you have a yeah, your forehead is like showing me that you got lost in that one. Okay. You see, I can't see your facial expression. So okay, wait, is it 4 or -4? Well, we'll check again. That's 1/2 of -4 minus 2. So 1/2 of a negative is still negative, and then -2. So when you combine them, you get a -4. So it is -4. Yeah? Okie dokie. So that means, let's graph that. When x is -4, this is like your y equal to. So when x is -4, you go down to -4. So left 4, down 4. That's your first dot right there. Go ahead, make your graph if you haven't done so. Left 4, down 4. Okay. Oh, my other device is running out of battery. Game. Second one. Okay, we want to get 1/2 of -2, and then we subtract 2. So what's 1/2 of -2 minus 2? Give me the final answer. Final answer. These two will kind of, what's 1/2 of -2, and then take away 2 again. Give me the final answer to that one. Oh, my back hurts. -3. Yeah, because this will become -1 minus 2 or minus 2. So then it will become -3. Yeah? So this is -3. So let's graph that again. 2 to the left, 3 down. 2 to the left, 3 down. So from the middle, left 2, down 3. That's your next point. Yeah? Okay. Then erase, erase, erase. Okay, next. When x is 0, 0 times anything will just become 0. So what's the final answer? When x is 0, you get -2. Very good, Kayla. That was very quick. Yeah, so 1/2. And then the next one, Juliet, is 0. Oh, sorry. Okay. So 1/2 of 0 is still 0. 0 minus 2 is -2. Next, when x is 2, you get half of 2 and then take away 2. What's the answer? Half of 2 is 1. And then 1 minus 2, very good, Kayla, -1. Oh, negative, honey, because 1/2 of 2 is 1. 1 minus 2, you subtract, and then you take the sign of the bigger number. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. Okay, next. Oh, last one. Half of 4, take away 2. So half of 4 is 2, take away 2. Very good, George and Kayla, 0. Okay, oops, dang, what did I do? Okay, so this is -1 and this is 0. Okay, let's graph the remaining 3. 0 meaning in the middle and then down 2. So middle, down 2. Okay, next. Right 2, down 1. Right 2, down 1. So from the middle, right 2, down 1. Okay, one last. 4, 0. 4 right, middle. Stay there. Not middle. I should not stay middle. So 4 to the right and then stay there. Don't move up or down. So 4 to the right and then stay there. Okay, so let's graph it. I'm very bad at forming a straight line, but that's the best straight line I could make. You can do a better job on your paper. So that's your line. Okay. Now, how do you know you got it right? And when I check your paper, you think like, I'm going to check everything, then that's going to take me forever. So what do? When teachers check, they look at the point where you cross your y-axis. You call that your y-intercept. When is this? When do I meet you next? Um, I will also meet you on Monday, but Monday we need to do your makeup work because you guys have a lot of missing work. So we're all gonna chill on Monday. You're gonna go online though. No, I have you Monday. Monday is even, right? So be ready to do your makeup work on Monday. I'm gonna be like bugging you. Hey, 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 do this first. We're gonna do that on Monday. Yep. Uh-huh. I'm gonna be the meanie on Monday, huh? Let's do all these things with the green puzzle. Yep. Okay. All right. So this is how you check if you got it right or wrong. The number that's by itself, you call that your y-intercept. See? Uh-huh. So you should cross the y-axis at that number. Okay, then how do you check if it's 1/2? Remember your rise over run? So rise over run, that's your 1/2. Yeah? So this is how I check your graph if you do it right. I go from 1 point and I can start anywhere. Did you go up 1 and then 2 to the right? Yes, you did. How about here? Did you go up 1 and 2 to the right? Yes, you did. So that's how I'm going to check your graph if you did it right or wrong. Yeah? Okay. You think Tuesday? No, we're meeting on Monday. Check the St. Peter website. I check it every Monday. I still don't memorize the schedule. I'm bad at that. Okay, I'm gonna erase this one. Yeah? Dang, I'm hungry. Okay, so clear ink. Let's go to the last one we're gonna talk about. Ooh, I love this problem. Okay, Louise, since you're the last one who asked the question, you're gonna be my friend here, okay? So the problem says the function b of m equals 50m plus 50 or 150 represents the balance in dollars in your savings account after m months. So this is me. So that's Mrs. A. Pretend that's me. So my money is given by 50m plus 150. Okay. So what's the story? I had I had 150 to start with, and then I'm saving $50 per month, right? Now here goes Louise. Okay? Louise's balance are shown in the table. Okay? So now you guys are gonna tell me and Louise who has a better savings account. Did I go to the right bank or did Louise make a better choice? Okay, because if he made a better choice in the bank that he went to, then I'm gonna switch to that so I could get more money, right? Uh-huh. Okay, so let's see. This tells me how much I had at the beginning and how much I'm saving monthly. So if I make a table of values, just like what Louise has, so this is month M, and this is my B of M. I'm gonna copy the table he has because I envy him. He has a table and I don't. So I'll make 2, 4, and 6 here. So in 2 months, how much money do I have? Remember, I started with 50, and then every month I save 50. So in 2 months, how much do I have? 250. Very good, Christian. That was very quick. Dang, and Luis beat me, huh? He has 330 for 2 months. Darn it, Luis. Next, 4 months. Luis had 410 in 4 months. How much did I have? 30? 300? 350. So who's right? 300 or 350? Why negative 450? I'm not losing money. I'm not withdrawing. I'm just depositing. Okay, remember every month I save 50. You're confused now? They confused me too. They said 350, 450. Look, I'm saving 50 every month. So didn't mean to put that. So if after 2 months I have 250 and then I save for another 2 months, remember it's not 50 for 2 months. It's $3.50 per month. That means Kayla is right. Very good. And Christian also. And George also. $3.50, right? Because every 2 months you save 100. Because every month you save 50. Next, 6 months. Luis had 490 for 6 months. How much did I have for 6 months? 450. That's great. Okay, now I still want to beat Luis, so I'm gonna go. Okay, 8 months. How much did I have in 8 months? 550. For 10 months, how much did I have? For 10 months, 650. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. You think I will beat Luis after 10 months? Okay, now let's look at Luis's. I really want to know if I could beat him. So for 8 months, how much does he have? But how much is Luis saving every 2 months? What's the difference here? This one is going up by 2. 570 for here? How did you get that? How did you get that? How did you get 570, Luis? You add 80. Okay, so that means if you have $80 per 2 months, how much are you saving every month? 40. Very good. So this means it's 80 divided by 2 months, so that's 40 per month. That's good. Okay, next, 10 months. How much does Luis have? Am I beating him for 10 months? How much does he have? 650. What? So I still did not beat him because we have the same amount of money. Yeah? Oh, darn it. I'm not liking this. Okay, well, let's try maybe 2 more months. Oh, I ran out of space. Okay, 2 more months. Let's say 12 months now. And then here goes Luisa's to 12 months. Yep, we have the same money for 10 months. But that tells you something. I caught up with you. You know, you started with more money. You had 330 in 2 months. I only had what, 250. But man, I was able to catch up. Daniel, sorry. So Daniel, how much I have? 750 now. So Daniel said for 12 months I have 750. How much does Luis have at 12 months? Dun 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 dun. Luis has 730 and I beat him. Yeah? And definitely the pattern's gonna go like that. After 12 months, I win. Yeah? Uh-huh. Okay. So what's the moral of that story? Even if you start small, if you continue, if you continue and be consistent, that's because your pay is higher by 10. Yeah, my monthly thing, right? So even though I started with a small amount, like I kept, banking 10 more, yeah. But in real life, if you go to banks, they could say, oh, I'll give you, Mrs. Arciaga, like, let's say $50 interest, let's say every year. And then Luis, your bank would say, well, I'll give you like $40 interest per year if you invest your 330. So you got to be wise, you're going to become adults soon. So you have to be able to tell the difference. Okay, but see, Mrs. Arciaga had the function. Luis didn't have one. Luis had a table. I copied his table. So now, Luis, I want you to copy my function. Can you give me a function for Luis based on the table of values? We figured out how much he was saving per month, right? So he's saving $40 per month. But I want to know how much he had at the beginning. How can I find that? Excuse me. I want to know how much Luis had at the beginning. How can I do that? The table doesn't show. But what can I do to figure it out? So we could both have a function and a table. 290? How did you get that, honey? Is it 290? Yeah, but then that means if you subtracted 40, then that means for 1 month, right? So you got 290. But my table is going backwards by 2. So I want to know how much you had before you started saving. Before you started saving, huh? Because you weren't writing. You wanted to beat me, huh? Okay, I know. We're both competitive, but I beat you this time. Okay, so minus 40, that's going to be 250. Great, Kayla. So that means Luis had 250 at the beginning, and he saved $40 monthly. So see, that's what I want you to think when you see linear functions.